Hey guys, this is Silly Samson, and we are back again with another episode of Terraria to the Death. In this one, we are going to do a little bit of exploring here in the world of Terraria. I'm hoping that I'm going to find myself a little chest that might have a weapon that's better than this little, toothpick I have here. In fact, I can probably make one out of wood. A wooden broadsword, it's not exactly the strongest thing, but it's gonna have that's a shameful one. That one sucks. Let's waste more wood. Get ourselves a boreal wood longsword. As you see, it's got a nice little sweeping motion. It can hit more enemies a little bit more easily, protect you. If like an eyeball flies out of the sky, you can be like, not today, swing slash. Anyway, we're gonna do that exploration. We are gonna continue our, crusade to very slowly chip away at G-Man's, his spirit. Oh, I'm lagging. Why am I lagging so much today? I was lagging earlier whenever I was playing on my normal guy too. Oh, I don't like it. Do I have any rope at all? No, I don't want to go this way. I'm gonna get stuck if I go that way. So yeah, we're gonna rag on G-Man a little bit. We're gonna talk about Antonio, and I don't know. I figure I'll just talk about some random stuff. Just chat you guys up, let you guys into the mind of silly Samson a little bit. As I run through the rain, lagging, kind of taking advantage of that to kill that fish there super easy. Is it cheating? I mean, I guess, kind of. I mean, it's not like I can help it. It's not like I have magic lag powers to just turn it on when I want. Most of the time, it's an inconvenience, and it makes my video look low quality. Anyway, I am all of 27 years old, guys. I know I've not mentioned that before, because, I mean, honestly, I don't really consider it to be all that important. Whether I'm, like a teenager or some crazy 40-year-old man, what's it really matter? Oh, excuse me, I'm a little tired. It's my ideas that matter anyway, right? I mean, that's really it. That's the beauty of the internet. Everybody can come on here and discuss themselves and their beliefs, and we can all just mingle together. Oh, there's still a blizzard going on. I don't want to go into the blizzard, but I desperately want to explore. Maybe I can go underground. That seems fun. We'll do this old school. Like I've played this game for quite a while, guys. Back before they had rope. So we're gonna do a little bit of old school mind construction as I continue to talk about me feeling like an old man, even though I'm not. I'm not really all that old at 27. It's just a little odd for me, having like little cousins and stuff around that are very young, that are just like gonna grow up in this world that to me has not always existed. At this point in my life, I've been alive longer than I was alive before 9/11 happened, and I can remember distinctly, like the differences that came about after 9/11 happened. The way that people started to talk and the way that people started to act, there was just a huge shift in the consciousness of the country. Everybody that was alive, back then could see it. And kids nowadays, they don't understand like the impact of that, of actually being alive and having seen that. Or on a more personal level, I have little cousins who are never gonna know who their grandpa was. Yeah, kids nowadays, they're so different. They're so different than whenever I was a kid. Like whenever I was a child, mysticism was something that it was still kind of in the zeitgeist. It was something that everybody was interested in. Like, ooh, can this person really tell the future? Can this one over here really possibly, like, talk to my dead grandmother? Stuff like that was believed on a far, far wider scale than it is nowadays. Nowadays, we have a lot of people talking out against people that do cold reading and that kind of con man mumbo jumbo. Like, I talk to my little cousins all the time, and the idea that magic could possibly be real, that people could actually see into the future, no, that's not real. That's just something you see on TV. No possible way. Kids are changing so much. And that is going to segue into us talking about G-Man. Now, how is that going to segue into us talking about G-Man? I'm sure some of you are asking. Well, he's been going on this kick where every now and then he will mention just how strange atheists are, just how weird our beliefs are, and how few people really believe in what we believe in. And I can't imagine it being anything other than him just trying to break our confidence, right? I mean, that's all that this is. He's basically being a bully. Oh, excuse me. He's basically being a bully whenever he talks like that. And no one's really called him out for it. Oh, this is a far shorter cave than I thought it was. And no one really calls him out for that. He's basically just bullying. That's not the important part, though. He mentions just how odd that we are, just how we're like basically freaks in society because we don't believe in God, and we should be so ashamed of it. When in reality, more young people at least, are professing to be quote unquote atheists, or at least unaffiliated in the aspects of religion. Oh, let's see if I can kill the zombie. Maybe tonight won't be as boring as the other few nights. Oh yeah, we're gonna do some stuff today, guys. Oh, we are gonna do some stuff today. Anyway, a lot of the young people, the quote unquote millennials, I guess you would call us, we profess that we do not believe in God. Now, it doesn't take a genius, a rocket scientist, a brain surgeon, or even a dietitian to tell you that. Anybody can see it. But G-Man would like you to believe otherwise. That we are oh so strange, and nobody would ever, possibly see what we see in the world. Like, how could you be an atheist? Well, there's a lot more than you think, G-Man. A lot of young kids. Ooh, that shooting star, that would have been cool if it would have killed a monster. Anyway, there's a lot of young kids, and society at large is accepting it too. I was talking to like my same little cousin I mentioned earlier. I was talking to him yesterday, G-Man, and he told me that he was learning about the Code of Hammurabi in school, and he's only 11 years old, dude. He's only 11 years old learning about the Code of Hammurabi in school. I didn't learn about the Code of Hammurabi in school. It shocked me. Like, he told me about how in the Code of Hammurabi, if you killed a man, then you were killed. If you cut off his arm, you got your arm cut off. If you lost an eye, then you got your eye cut off. Now, me personally, I would have known the eye for an eye rule whenever I was his age, but I would have attributed it with the Bible. And the fact that he's being taught in school the origin of this, basically the rule that the Bible ripped off, like the Code of Hammurabi, a lot of people, cite it as being what the Bible is based off of, instead of actual divine inspiration, because the Code of Hammurabi lines up to a lot of the biblical the old biblical rules, like eye for an eye and shit. Oh, I'm gonna die out here. Oh, that was bad timing, like eye for an eye. That eye just got an eye. A sword in it, that was supposed to be clever. I'm sorry, guys, I'm so sorry. We'll lock myself up for a little while and heal. So anyway, the whole point of this is he's being taught by the school system information that as he gets older and he learns about the Bible, like if he uses rationality, he would realize, hey, there's a confliction here. Like, this is supposed to be like the Bible, but this older book has the same rules. That's odd. Oh, well, maybe the Bible was written from that older book. That's being taught in schools, G-Man, and you're saying that we're the odd ones, we're the weird ones here? No, dude. You are living in your own happy little mythical playland, where you just believe what you want to believe. And you keep on doing that, dude. See how far it gets you. Because it's not getting you very far right now. It's not getting you many viewers. All those thousands of subscribers, and you can't even get, what, like 1,000 views on the video nowadays? You get, what, like 200, 300, 400? Oh, but look at you, silly Samson, you only get like 6 views. Yeah, but I only have 13 people subscribe. You are one of which. Let's get a quick screenshot of that. Click, click. And that's like half of my numbers right there. That is half of my numbers. People subscribe to Silly Samson. I love you guys. I hope you don't mind me showing that list, but I love all you guys. Thank you for the support. And if you watch this video, why not give me a little message there in the comment section? because I would like to talk. I don't have a whole lot of people to talk to on here. I don't have a whole lot of viewers. I guarantee if you leave a comment, I'll probably respond to it. Happy Jesus. You know what I'm talking about. Shout out to Happy Jesus. Now, alright, I said I was going to talk about Antonio Fletcher. But I still want to rag on G-Man because I really want that debate. I want that debate, G-Man. And I'm going to keep on talking shit about you until you give it to me. Oh, yeah, kill the zombie. I mean, you might look down on that, but that's what you do to other people. I mean, you basically yell at them until they pay attention to you. And whenever they're rude to you afterwards, because you basically screamed their head off like a little child until they said, "What?" as loud as they could. And then you go, evolution and blah, blah, blah. Just run off this crazy script. And you can never go off script. You can't think. You cannot think in real time. But, I would give you the chance to prove that. Hell, I bet Dragnut would even, be willing to be our, what's the word I'm looking for here? Who's the guy that moderates the debate? Moderator, that's it. I bet Dragnut would be our moderator. And if he's not, then I don't know, like Ken Jones, whatever. I would say Antonio Fletcher, but Antonio Fletcher's not around. Well, we'll talk about that right now. Yeah, G-Man. I've heard you, talk up Antonio Fletcher. I've heard you mention that he is a very wise man whenever it comes to talking about things like abortion. Oh, this is not wise what I'm doing, though. Going into the cave at night. This is a good way to die. Anyway, you say that he's wise in the ways of abortion and that he's talked to so many atheists and defeated them. Well, I'm one of those atheists. I've talked to Antonio Fletcher a number of times, and I've quite frankly whooped his ass. I am quite proud to say I'm one of the people that have very slowly backed him into a corner. I mean, no longer do we see Antonio Fletcher on the scene, and I will openly admit that the very first day that I saw Antonio Fletcher on there talking his shit, I thought to myself, this guy, he needs to be taken out. He needs to be nipped in the bud, because just like North Korea, if we don't do it now, he's going to grow into something big and dangerous, and we don't need another one of these. We don't need a G-Man 2.0 abortion version on our, desktop PCs. That's not cool. That wouldn't be good for anybody. Imagine, guys, if Antonio Fletcher had the numbers that G-Man had, if he had that popularity. Oh, keep on swinging the sword. First off, maybe he'd still be here. But he's not. He's not here, G-Man. And I mean, you can say everything you want about how good he is talking on abortion, but he's just not here. He talks good, fine. I mean, even if I give you that, he's not actually talking. He's dead silent. He's gone. He was given the quote-unquote dumb fuck of the year nomination, not even the award. He got a nomination, for which I would nominate myself, but I mean, if you know you're a dumb fuck, then you're not really worthy of the award. It's kind of like if you realize you're crazy, then you're not really crazy, right? I'm not exactly sure how true that is. If you ask me if you're crazy, you're crazy. Self-realization doesn't really change that. It's what you do with that information anyway. Back to Antonio Fletcher. I miss him. I miss him, guys. I mean, I liked going on his channel, and yeah, sure, I was antagonistic. I admit that. But hey, I'm the guy who disagrees with you. I am your antithesis. I am supposed to argue with you. You are supposed to say no child should be aborted, and I'm the one who comes along and says, well, that's not really our call, or at least it shouldn't be. Oh yeah, look at this sword, guys. I can fight off the zombie horde. Anyway, you're supposed to come along. Oh, I don't want to die. You're supposed to come along and say, no child should be aborted. And I say, yeah, some of them maybe not exactly should, but if the mothers, decides that they should be aborted, they should be aborted. Should might be a strong word, but I mean, the mother should have the choice. I guess that's what I'm saying. Personally, let me go on record. Quote unquote, silly Samson thinks that it should be up to the mother. It should be the mother's choice whether or not a child is aborted or not. Now, but you don't even argue it. You're just gone. Antonio Fletcher's gone, and it makes me sad, because at least he was, somewhat reachable. And I know I'm going to hear a whole bunch of like alarm bells going off across the atheist community. What? Antonio Fletcher reachable? Nah, dude, he's as thick as a piece of wood and twice as heavy. But no, I don't exactly agree with that. He reacts in the way that a lot of people react whenever somebody disagrees with them, which is, to take offense to it and to become upset, angry. You're just immediately adverse to things that are new. And a lot of people are like that. Ooh, we got the traveling merchant here. Let's go check out what the traveling merchant here has, guys. A lot of people are like that. I understand it. But over time, I mean, if you showed Antonio Fletcher some reasoning and you were polite, then he was perfectly fine with you. Ooh, I want the red dynasty. No, the blue. We're going to buy as many of these as we can and use them to top our house off, so it will look pretty. Anyway, he's reachable, and at least he's smart enough to have realized, albeit too late, that TttD was the one ruining his hangouts. And I don't think that it was any mistake at all, guys, that the last, hangout on the internet, open hangout that Antonio Fletcher had with anybody, was the one where TttD kicked out multiple personality. Because multiple personality had been on, Antonio Fletcher's channel a number of times, and he had been nothing but respectful. Antonio Fletcher liked him, and TttD just kicked him right out of his channel, with nothing more than, he's a troll. And I think that's whenever Antonio Fletcher really opened his eyes and said, no, this cannot be happening. And then he just completely stopped having online hangouts completely. Now, I'm just going to put this out there, Antonio. If you hear this, please consider having, your open hangouts again. But instead of giving TttD moderation privileges, how about you just let TttD in your hangouts without the moderation privileges? He does not have the ability to kick out whoever he wants and then cry troll afterwards. Ooh, this looks like a deep cave. Not entirely sure how I want to pull this one off. Oh, I got rope now, though. So we can be at least lazy on how we're going to get back. Because I want to go see the rest of the world, maybe find myself a nice weapon. A spear would be ideal. Anyway, so yeah, Antonio, let TttD in. Just don't give him moderation privileges. So he cannot possibly kick anyone out. I want that treasure chest, guys. I want it. So he cannot possibly kick anybody out. And then later on say, oh, well, he was just trolling. There's no drama. He doesn't have the power to do the things that everybody hates him for, so he can't do it, and then you will not, have to take the blame for his bad behavior. Now, you might say that, well, if, I can't let TttD in without moderation privileges and he won't come in at all, he just refuses. To which I say, if, this guy is just, outright refusing to come in your hangouts unless he has the absolute ability to control them, and he's shown nothing but disrespect to you whenever you get in there, and it's your hangout, dude. It's your hangout. He should have to show respect to you before anybody else. If he's doing that, then this guy isn't your friend at all. He's just using you. You're just a tool to him, and I'm not trying to be rude by saying that. I'm just trying to be real here, dude. You are not necessarily a bad guy yourself. You just let bad guys walk all over you. So if you grew a spine and you told TttD that he could not have moderation privileges in your hangout, I imagine that you could have a triumphant return to YouTube and not necessarily have to worry about anything. Just stand up for yourself. Not everybody who says they're your friend is necessarily your friend. And I'm going to be completely open with you and say I'm your enemy, but, I'm maybe not an enemy. Maybe enemy's not the best word. Perhaps I should just say I'm your adversary. I'm the guy who wants to go mano-a-mano with you. Oh, no, I didn't mean to throw those away. I thought it would equip them. Well, at least the shackle will be easy to find again. What's this thing do? +3 melee speed? Alright. Yeah, I'm definitely going better than Chago. Perhaps Zezreal will be able to accomplish something. Well, we know it's that way. It's desert. So I mean, that's all I'm saying, dude. Maybe have some hangouts. Now let's go back to G-Man. I want to ring this back to G-Man, because I really need to drive that in. That I want G-Man to give me that fucking debate. I was promised a debate. Uh-oh. Alright. I have recall potions. I heard it. I heard the sandworm, guys. The sandworm will kill me if I give it half a chance. Let's take this. Let's steal this. Let's be bold. Yeah, let's be bold. Anyway, G-Man, you're always talking up how people on your side of the fence need to really talk more about abortion. You're not afraid to say that women shouldn't kill their babies. I mean, you're not afraid to break a woman's spirit who's already in a compromising position. You prove that time and time again. But you never actually, I've never actually heard your argument for why people should not have abortions. I mean, you basically give the soft God says no and then leave it at that. That's really all I can say about your opinion on this subject. I've heard you say that there's no excuse for it. I've heard you say that atheists do not care about babies. And quite frankly, I find that to be insulting, especially considering that the position that you take personally leaves absolutely no concern whatsoever for the woman. I mean, is the woman... Oh, excuse me, I had to burp there. Yeah. I'm only human, guys. I'm only human. Or am I? I could be a reptilian. But if I was, I wouldn't be saying that here. I'm at least that smart. Anyway, oh shit, what was I saying? Anyway, yeah, your position doesn't leave a whole lot of love for the women involved, G-Man. You basically treat them as if they're just baby carriers. And oh, they had a baby. Well, they should have been wiser than to have a baby. There's absolutely no excuse. Well, what if the mother is gonna die if she has a baby? What if there's complications or something like that? Nope. Well, but it's gonna kill her. So you're saying that the baby's life is more important than the mother's life? Well, quite frankly, yes, because the mother actually has a life, and the baby, I mean, it hasn't even been born yet. It's not even conscious. It has nothing to actually take away from it at this point but a heartbeat. Not to be crude, but, I mean, if we're getting down to the brass tacks, yeah, the mother's life is more important than the baby's life, I'll say that. But will you admit to say that you, G-Man, believe that the baby's life is more important than the mother's life? Because that's what you're telling me. I personally don't think... And that's really it, isn't it? I mean... I might say that personally, that yeah, I think that the mother's life is more important than the baby's life, but I still want to leave that up to the mother. And if the mother wants to, give her life for her baby, then she can. If she doesn't want to, I don't believe she should be forced to. That's the beauty of being pro-choice, is I have the open end of this position here. But you come along, G-Man, you say that the mother must keep the baby, even if it's going to kill her. So just by, pure rationale, you believe that the baby's life is more important than the mother's life. And, I mean, just to believe the gall that you're going to give me these kind of straw men, give us all these kind of straw men, and then wrap us all up in them in a big ball that you call atheism. It just blows my mind, dude. It just blows my mind. Alright, we've been playing for 24 minutes. But I don't want to quit yet. I feel like I have not actually explored anything. Like this, I know the lake is here, but what's beyond the lake? Let's do some game talk, guys. I'm playing in I'm playing in normal mode right now. And in normal mode, like this water right here, it doesn't do anything to you. It doesn't hurt you, it doesn't do anything. But you're in an ice biome, so you can imagine it must be cold. If I was playing on hard mode right now, if I got into this ice, it would give me a debuff that slowed me down. So, lucky for me taking the easy road there. Yeah. There's no easy road when it comes to slimes. Come on. Come on. Yeah, build that. Build that bridge, baby. Flex those muscles. Oh, that is an ugly-ass bridge. That's not what I'm meaning to do. This isn't really a bridge. It's more like, a plank, like the kind of plank a pirate would make you walk off of. Anyway, game talk. If we're fortunate, we might be able to find a tunnel that goes deep into the snow. If you can find chests in the snow caverns, and you have the possibility to get snow boomerangs, which are enchanted boomerangs that glow whenever you throw them. Oh, dude, I remember playing the old game. Whenever the enchanted boomerang, just the lone enchanted boomerang, was the enchanted boomerang. It was cool as shit. It glowed whenever you threw it. And here we have the crimson. Oh, we have the crimson. We have the crimson. That thing will kill me. Alright, so we can't really explore that way. We might just end up having to go down, guys. This might just have to be a little bit of a dwarf run to start, deep into the earth. Perhaps too deep, perhaps we'll release the Balrog upon us, or worse, Shanny for Christ. A Shanny in heat is a very dangerous thing, ladies and gentlemen. Fear it. I'm just talking shit now. Oh, I don't know why I attacked him. I don't want him chasing me. I don't really want him chasing me. I only have 100 health, guys. And we can increase that number later on up here. But we're gonna take it a little slow. You see, the blood moon that I mentioned in the other episodes, the earlier episodes, it gets triggered once you have more than 100 and I believe 20 health. Like once you have 120 health, once you increase your health one time, then blood moons can happen. Once we increase our health to 200, then the first boss, the Eye of Cthulhu, will come and try and kill us, and if we're not prepared for that, he will succeed, and then that will be the end of, not the series, but at least this character. And I don't want Zezreal to die. I feel like we have to do something with him, Like, we need to pick a goal, something to do that we can achieve that will allow this character its immortality to be put onto the Steam Cloud and not be played anymore, risking his life. His one single life that he has. I'm kind of leaning towards the idea that maybe, just maybe, that's not going to work. Maybe that'll work. Maybe. Let's go check that cave out. I feel like it might get intersected by sand. But anyway, like something this character can do to earn his, his freedom from this hellish task. I'm leaning towards maybe Ice Palace, like maybe I'm gonna construct an Ice Palace. But then again, like if I wanted to do that, then I could just go and do that right now. I can make an Ice Palace just right now if I wanted to. If you guys have any ideas, then, feel free to mention them in the comments. Also to like and subscribe, as all the fancy YouTubers say. And maybe I'll pick one. I'll be doing some brainstorming on my own anyway, because, fuck it, I know I can't trust you guys, because there's not a whole lot of you. And I gotta do something to entertain you people. Or at least to entertain myself. I mean, I can't lie. This entertains the shit out of me right now. I love playing Terraria. Ooh, look at that. There's a life crystal. Life crystal. Maybe there will be some rope in here I can use. Oh, I've already got some rope from the pots. Gonna smash some pots. Gonna use the rope to climb. This right here, guys. This is it. This is the beauty of it. This is what we're looking for, the life crystal. One of these babies will increase my health by a total of 20 points. But, as I said earlier, to use them would invoke certain things. It could bring on goblin armies or the blood moon, and I'm not quite prepared for that yet. Ooh, a magic mirror. Oh, the traveling merchant has departed. We have some tungsten bars. That reminds me, guys. Oh, piano. I'm totally jacking the piano. We did get the merchant the last time I played. It mentioned it right at the end, and I'm sure you saw him there on the top floor of the house I've built. I'll show you whenever we get back. And I will be getting back, because this magic mirror right here, this item, whenever you use it, it will consume a little tiny bit of your magic and take you back home. God, this is weird right here. This is some like old school Herobrine shit right here. Like, oh my god, why would it spawn like this? It almost looks like a human came along and built this tiny little platform so they wouldn't fall in the water. Ooh, spooky story, ghost pasta. That kind of shit. Oh, so yeah, well, ooh. See this over here? That's a fancy kind of dye plant. And if we get it, then we'll be able to get the dye trader to come. And we have the merchant, so we can sell stuff to make money. I can get myself a, ooh, look at that metal. To get my, we can use it to give myself an anvil. We can buy one off of him. As well as get some other amenities, such as rope and blah blah blah. You'll see later. On this extra long episode. I'm feeling bold, but I should be slow. There could be traps. An arrow trap or a falling boulder, you know, the thing that killed me last time. That could potentially just end my life in the blink of an eye. Ooh. Minecart tracks. We can ride these. Let's go see what we can find. Nothing. Dead end. Got some tungsten. God, we got a lot of tungsten here, actually. A whole shitload of tungsten. Holy crap. I want it. We can ride the minecart in a second, guys. I want the tungsten. I can potentially make myself some really nice armor out of this. And then we'll be able to live longer. Oh, wouldn't that be glorious, guys, if this character got all the way to the wall of flesh without dying one time. It would be a beautiful, beautiful undertaking. Because even though this is, you know, it's the baby normal mode, blah, 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 you're not playing on epic hard mode. You know, there's still 112 dozen things that could kill you in just the blink of an eye if you're not careful and paying attention. And your actual odds of getting through this are just very slim. Very slim. I'll be impressed if we can kill the brain of Cthulhu. Oh god. Why did we get the Crimson? See, like that evil red area, on Chago there was that evil black area, the Corruption, and in it, the second boss of the game is the Eater of Souls, I believe it's called. Basically a giant multi-segmented worm, but on this world here we got it's not the Corruption, it's the Crimson. It's that bloody gooey place where everything looks like it's basically made out of fetal material. It's gross in my opinion. The boss there is the brain of Cthulhu, and it is so much harder. It is so much harder than fighting the worm. I might just save up my money, which I'm doing a bad job of because I bought those tiles to make a roof for my my non-intelligent computer-generated merchant. Because I gotta make him comfortable. I don't want to be a slumlord to the people who can never thank me. Oh shit. Alright. This armor's gonna be sweet. I feel like we should be talking about something GDC, Great Debate Community related. But I don't know. I'm kind of feeling chill. How about you guys? I'm enjoying the tungsten mining. There is something about this game and games like this, like Minecraft, that's just very zen, you know? It's just like, mine the ore. Just mine the ore. Mine the ore and make sure you don't get your head bitten off by giant, worms. Because that's a real possibility down here by the sand. Oh, you hit me. Oh, look at all this jellyfish. Look at all this jellyfish down there, guys. Jellyfish. You know, I do have something. I have a gripe I've been meaning to bring up for a while. Because there's been a lot of people, I mean G-Man for example, who believes that we're trying to basically kill all the Christians. There's a lot of people who believe that we want to get rid of all the quote-unquote unintelligent people. people that, you know, we would deem as being irrational, that like this is some kind of crazy Nazi conspiracy. Now, I don't believe that, but I can understand where they're coming from. Because just like I may not have been born with especially good athletic skills, other people may not be born with especially, you know, good rationalization skills. You know, just they may not be able to necessarily, yeah, think as good as others. Some people are just stupid. Okay, I mean, I'm not like singling anybody out here. I'm just saying that it's a genetic thing. You know, it's not like everybody can be Einstein, or that really any of us could even aspire to be Einstein just through training. Like, you have to be born with that kind of intellect. And for those people who, you know, believe in God and need a God to believe in, it really must seem like we're just trying to get rid of them. Because if they cannot understand even the concept of science, then what's left for them? What are we offering them as an alternative? And I don't think that it's necessarily too much to ask that we offer an alternative here. I mean, we get on people, like I just said in the abortion argument, for treating women like they're just baby carriers, you know? Like, you have the baby, and then after the baby's here, well, it's not their problem anymore. You know, that's not something that they necessarily need to worry about. Oh my god, how much underwater is this? Oh, I thought I was going to die for sure. I thought I was going to drown. Anyway, and they demand, what kind of stuff is that up there? I'm not entirely sure. Is that platinum? Let's go check. Anyway, we criticize them for not caring what happens to the baby or the mother after the baby is born. They just want the baby to be born. Well, shouldn't we care what happens to the people who are not necessarily as smart as what we are trying to, you know, help people be? Like what if trying to argue logic and reason just doesn't take with somebody? Well, like, what do you do with them? Do you just leave them on the street so they starve to death? I mean, it's happening all over the place. As more and more people in, you know, my part of the country here, Ohio, who depend on jobs, you know, in production, making car parts and shit like that, as they're being molded out by machines, what's going to happen to them? They can't keep up. Where are they going to go? They feel like their whole world is ending. Well, it's the same thing for us. What about these people who cannot understand, you know, the logic that we're preaching? Do we just leave them by the roadside? It really must seem to them that we're trying to destroy their way of life. We need an answer for that. We need an alternative, and if we cannot offer that, then why would anybody believe us? Why is anybody wanting to believe us who doesn't necessarily completely understand what we're preaching? Using the word preaching here, awful liberal, I guess. It just makes me wonder. I mean, I will admit that there are some sciences that I do not understand, and watching videos here in the community has helped me open my eyes to that, to realize that I'm not necessarily as smart as I would like to fancy myself. That there are some things that I don't understand, and there is a lot of science that I just take on the word of scientists because I figure that they're scientists, so they must be knowledgeable. I do that, but I also try to make sure that I'm listening to the right scientists. You know, don't listen to a brain surgeon about dietary advice, that kind of thing. I think that it's something that we really need to really seriously, you know, talk about. Because it seems like we're exterminating these people that we really wanted. I can see where they're coming from. I'm starting to ramble now, guys, and I am a little tired. So we're going to kill this zombie. And with that, we will call this episode of Terraria to the Death finished. See you later.